Okay. I'd like to note that Mark Rogetz is attending via video conference from the office of Expedia at 325 Duffy Avenue in Hicksville, New York.
Hello, Marge.
And request a motion and a second to call to order the October 9, 2014 meeting of the Sunny Mae Mortgage Insurance Committee. The motion and second recorded will be used for all action items before the committee unless specific items call for a different vote or unless any committee member wishes to record his or her vote differently. We have a motion and a second.
So moved.
So moved. Second.
Second, okay. The minutes of the meeting of the Mortgage Insurance Committee held on September 11, 2014 shall be deemed approved absent corrections from the directors.
Let's move to the program action items. Item number 2 is a resolution recommending the approval of 100% mortgage insurance on a $15.4 million HFA permanent first mortgage loan for Marion Heim Tower Senior Apartments, 870 Ocean Parkway in Brooklyn. Mr. Frieden.
The project comprises mod rehab of 182 all-low-income community on Ocean Parkway in Brooklyn. There's a project-based HAP contract covering 166 of the units. In addition to the insured first mortgage, there's $17 million in federal low-income housing tax credits. The project is owned by the same not-for-profit that has owned it since it was originally constructed in 1975. The rehab includes new windows, boilers, hot water heaters, kitchens, and bathrooms, but principally extensive facade and balcony restoration required by compliance with Local Law 11. And the bulk of the rehab money is being spent on Local Law 11 compliance. The loan amount is $85,000 per unit, which equals only 31% of the project's total development cost of $275,000 per unit. However, the acquisition price of the project includes a $16 million seller's note. And if you net out the seller's note, the cost of the project is about $185,000 per unit. And the project will break even with a 13% pro forma vacancy or a 16% pro forma increase in operating expenses.
So this is a Mitchell
I have a
Lama, right?
question.
It is.
Yeah, Marge?
I have a
Mark.
question.
Yep.
I would like to know, I would love it if you would note, just generally, that residents will stay in place, because that is something that some of these big rehab programs, we need to understand that.
And this is a Mitchell Lama, Mike,
It is.
but not part of the UDC portfolio that we took over?
I don't think so. This was one of ours originally.
And it's a staying Mitchell Lama also?
Yes.
I don't have any questions. Guys, comments, anything? Marge, you're okay? Good.
Yeah, but I didn't get an answer.
Oh, no, the rehab is...
I assume.
It's mod rehab with tenants in place.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure of that.
Good.
And the resolution before the committee is recommending approval of mortgage insurance and a commitment for the provision thereof for Marion Heim Tower Senior Apartments, 870 Ocean Parkway, Brooklyn, Kings County. Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And the motion is carried.
Our next item, number 3, is a resolution recommending the approval of 100% mortgage insurance on a $9.75 million HFA permanent first mortgage loan for Dorado Apartments, 160 Warburton Avenue in Yonkers in Westchester. Mike?
This comprises rehab of a 17-story, 189-unit, all low-income building. There's a HAP contract covering 164 of the 189 units, and 24 units are occupied by households that are over income for a HAP contract, but are in compliance with Mitchell Lama requirements. In addition to the insured for first mortgage, there'll be a $3.5 million HFA Mitchell Lama subsidy loan. This represents new money And there will also be the assumption of $9.5 million of existing old ESD debt. And there's another $11.6 million in federal low-income housing tax credits. The development entity is controlled by Beacon Communities, which is a well-known and well-regarded developer of Boston-based developer of housing. The loan amount is $51,000 per unit, which equals 26% of the project's total development cost of $197,000 per unit. The project would break even with a pro forma 7% increase in operating expenses or a 10% vacancy rate. And this will be rehab with tenants in place.
So this developer, how often do we have developers from out of state? This is not, it doesn't happen too often, does it?
Generally, we do not.
And how did they get an interest in the project, or just?
They're, okay,
Sorry, Mike, go
go ahead.
ahead. I'm not sure I actually know, but that they've been in the New York area looking for opportunities. I don't know how the marriage between the existing owner and Beacon came about. Beacon did own a property in Rochester that they sold about 2 years ago to an affordable housing developer in Rochester. So they seem to have come and gone a bit from New York intermittently.
I mean, they're obviously terrific developers. I just was curious. Marge, you have any questions or thoughts?
Thank you.
Then the resolution before the committee is recommending approval of mortgage insurance and a commitment for the provision thereof for Dorado Apartments, 160 Warburton Avenue, Yonkers, Westchester County. Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried.
Our final resolution is item number 4, resolution approving 100% mortgage insurance on a $3.36 million HFA permanent first mortgage loan for Spa Apartments at 11 East Main Street in Clifton Springs in Ontario County.
This comprises mod rehab with tenants in place of a 109-unit low-income building. This is a Mitchell-Lama project. In addition to the insured first mortgage, there will be $2.6 million in HFA Mitchell-Lama subsidy loan, $3 million in federal low-income housing tax credits, an additional $3 million in federal and state historic tax credits. Exhibit E at the back of the memo shows that this is a particularly neat building. It was originally constructed in 1892 as a sanitarium and converted into senior housing under the Mitchell-Lama program in 1974. The development entity, Rochester Cornerstone Group, is an experienced developer of affordable housing, and this is the second HFA loan that Sunny Mae will insure for Rochester Cornerstone Group. The first loan was a $15 million loan in 2009. The loan amount is only $31,000 per unit, which equals 22% of the project's total development cost of $140,000 per unit. And the project would break even with a pro forma 8% vacancy rate or a 10% increase in operating expenses.
Nice looking building.
It is, it's really neat.
I am totally fine. Marge, any thoughts, questions? Looks like she's good too.
Okay. Then the resolution before the committee is approving mortgage insurance and a commitment for the provision thereof for Spa Apartments, 11 East Main Street, Clifton Springs, Ontario County. Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried.
And we just have item number 5, which is information. Any
Right.
thoughts
The,
or perspective on that surtax?
The surtax collection in September was $13 million. And this compares with the same month last year was $12 million, and the same month the previous year was $8 million.
So, good
And
trend,
year-to-date, we've collected $63 million, same period through last year, $53 million. So far, so good. Yes.
Good.
Then I'd like to call for a motion to adjourn. And assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye. Oh,
The mo-
motion. Yeah, we have to get a motion.
We should get, yeah, we should do.
Move to adjourn.
Okay, thank you. The motion is carried and the meeting is adjourned.
Good, thank you.
Almost as efficient as last one.